All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Dr. Stone, Season 3, Episode 18.
All right.
We have the device.
We have it. At least our cop has
Our cop
it.
has it. And, you know, while I'm sure there may be some power tripping that he has at some point, I don't think he knows how to use it. So, you know, that's good.
That's fine. That's great.
Yeah.
Our person, our man with the gun has the thing there. He knows how to use it. And Ibarra's taken actual real damage. He knows what this gun can do now. He is probably very scared of it.
Yep.
But the question is, did he, like, whisper a command to the device as he dropped it?
Right. And even if he were to do that, then, you know, like what happens now? Because Ibarra seems, for the most part, to not be in a great position to do anything. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, who knows?
Who knows? But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. I like that. He tried to squeeze his fingers, but because they're shot through,
it's just,
he's like, nothing happened, and he's like, ah, fuck! Alright.
Okay.
That is actually a cool detail, because if you got shot right in the middle of the hand, there's bones and shit in there, and nerves.
These two fingers
These
really
two fingers are just not
going
to do anything. But like, if you
Yeah.
press these, there's like specific areas in your hand, you press it, like certain fingers, like...
Yeah, it's a good point. That doesn't happen too often in anime, because like the really obvious one where it doesn't happen is like, oh, they get sliced on the shoulder and it goes super deep, but like, okay, the clavicle's severed, so this arm shouldn't do anything. But it's like, well,
that's their spirit form, so there are no, physics for...
Or it's like, that'd get too complicated, because then you'd be focusing on the actual injuries, and then you might not be able to believe, like, the healing and stuff. But in this situation, it's like, no, yeah, you get shot in the hand, you're dropping what you're holding.
It's kind of interesting to think about that 5 or 6 years ago, in some ways, MHA set itself apart from the shonens by actually having there be injuries
and
that
then
would have a lingering effects and character stuff, whereas most battle shonen are just like, you take bludgeoning damage, just shrug it off.
Matter. Yeah.
Next episode, you'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Flicker of Doom. You gonna show us this again?
Yep.
Wait.
Yo!
Unless, did he get back up? Right. You need to figure out how to do that.
I love he has specific people he wants to impress here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically, all the people that theoretically could be bad, you know? That was an amazing delivery of the line.
Yep.
As if you didn't. Has anybody else called you that?
Yep. What?
Wait.
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
Have you trained underwater, though? Oh, shit.
Alright, he's just taking him away from the boat. That's great.
Yeah, I love it.
You say running away. I say leading you to where he wants you to go.
Yep. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. So he can adjust the angle and spin his spear in the way that...
Hang on a second, that doesn't sound like me.
Okay. Yeah, we have to know exactly how thick it is. Get some resin or something that can, get some lube on it, basically. Okay.
To quickly slide it over the bindings that keep the spearhead on.
Yeah. Damn.
All right. I mean, I guess. Yeah. Because, like, I remember for, like, the little, like, model cars, you'd put graphite on them to...
Yeah, I think that's
help
exactly
the-
what this is, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Holy shit!
Oh my god.
It's over.
All right. Awesome. Oh. Oh, just for that. Okay.
Yeah, it makes this like spinning thing and then it like can erratically.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we saw this in season 2.
No,
yeah.
I figured it. For some reason, I thought it was to help the bindings, like stay solid when he does that.
Their faces. Nah, man.
This is practice.
Repetition, training.
Yeah. Discipline.
We learn.
Indeed.
Yeah. We grind. Yeah, yeah. The ability to teach them that stuff that took me 10 years to you in 1 year. And then the thing that took me a year to teach it in 6 months.
Right.
And then... I mean, fuck yeah, that's a plus ultra moment. Just going beyond. It's what your dad gave to you, Senku, yep.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
That's kind of cool to think about it. The spear as the earliest weapons technology, really, you know?
Sure.
So it's been refined the most over humanity's
Over
history.
time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it does make it very fitting to be...
Oh, I like that even more. He didn't drop it then. He jumped down, dove into the water outside of the radius. And it sinks right into his hands.
All right.
Yep, you saw that. He'll follow me just out of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we can't. Nice.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, he heard it when he jumped, not the one underwater. Yeah.
Right. So he forced it down his throat and then told him the only way to stop it is at the middle of the island.
Maybe, yeah. Yes!
Okay.
Yep, chase is on.
Mm-hmm. And that's the chance for Ibura to get away.
Yep.
Okay. All right, they got him. First time we've seen that work.
Yep. Yeah, this is now every minute counts.
Right. Okay. Senku, you need to make a very strong laxative.
Yeah, cook, man, cook. All right, yeah. Oh.
That's very
That's
good
huge.
to know.
Oh, yeah! Oh! Yeah! Yeah, he ate it already, though. Yep, it's inside him. Yeah, he lied to you, yep. Easy. Yep. Yep, we gotta make him shit himself.
Yep. Although, even if you got it out,
it would still go off.
Yeah, it'd still go off.
Oh, it's already
going off.
Shit. Wait, what are they doing? Oh! We'd be friends, yeah. Yeah.
You'd have a very eager student, yeah. Nice. That's badass.
I love it. Let's let the antagonist win here. Like, what's the
and I love that the two badasses were able to like strike the cool poses, you know.
Oh, Suika.
Is he gonna start the undoing of the petrification on himself at the edge of his hand so that way like
maybe
it starts to unpetrify as he's petrifying?
Maybe, yeah. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. That's a sick detail.
Yep.
Just to put it in perspective, what, you know, 2,000 meter
radius is.
Yeah. And now he'll just casually row himself up to the island. And... Yeah. Yep.
Wait.
Yep.
I'm actually very curious about that. Yeah, what's that gonna do?
Oh. Oh. Shit. Oh. Ah, sure. Shit. Damn, and she still got away.
Yeah.
What a fucking badass. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do like that this gives him an opportunity to like monologue and stuff before he gets defeated.
Right.
Right.
I needed that.
Yeah.
Wait.
Those shouldn't.
Footprints. Yeah. Wait a fucking minute.
Yeah. Is that a person?
Oh, a little 3D environment here.
Okay.
Oh, recording! Right. They could tell the device to activate.
Nice.
Ah! get fucked!
Yeah.
Yes!
I love it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right, you are still pretty far away.
It didn't activate. Yeah. It has to be actual.
No, right. But like,
he's like drinking and he's like, yes. I love it when they say that.
right.
How the hell did you do that, Senku? And it's like, yes. Give me some more. Yeah.
So now, okay.
Yeah, he had a timed release of the petrification fluid that would
No,
open
yeah.
up after some time had passed.
Totes.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah.
But now that he's here,
Right.
So, given that it's just the two of them, if he says
Senku can't win a physical fight.
well, he's also so far away, Ibara is getting the device back. So, unless Senku has other people with him that are lying in wait or something, but which he totally could have because he had multiple things with the revival fluid. But
Well, he found most of them in that line specifically.
right.
So they're still all frozen, all those people.
Right. But like, because I'm thinking like the tools that Senku could have here, he could be like, actually, like, you need to make sure you petrify me, not kill me, because I'm the person who actually knows how to make the revival fluid.
Right.
And it'd be like, oh, fuck, like that.
Well, he has the device. He'll
no,
try
yeah,
to
he has
use
the
it
device.
again.
But still, like, Yeah.
I think what he'd do is he'd throw it and be like, 5 minutes, 2,000 meters. Who can run the furthest? I think Ibarra would win that test of strength.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Ibarra, you did pretty well here. You almost won. You almost won, if not for the fact that you didn't think about Senku having some timed release of the revival fluid that you knew he had.
Right.
But you didn't think about in some ways, the cleverness of how these people operate things.
Right.
And
although I will say, you're still in the winning position here.
For the most part. You're just not automatically winning.
Yeah,
you have to still work here.
Right. You do have to actually do something yourself.
Yeah.
But, because Senku, A+ entrance, right?
Phenomenal
entrance. That was
the way he
fantastic.
closed his eyes and smiled like he was drinking in the almost the praise in the form of the how the fuck did this happen? What?
For as brilliant as Senku is, he is also absolutely a performer.
Oh yeah.
And so this is probably one of my favorite aspects of where we get to see it because it's it's not involving the performing when say you're helping someone else. It's the no. Here's a piece of shit. And now you just dunked on him and he don't know how.
And you just got lucky, Ibarra, that apparently the radio voice aspect of it, that signal is different enough than the signal that's sent from your physical voice straight to the device.
Right.
So there is actually some science involved here with regards to the it's like whatever that hertz like sound wave kind of thing is from the voice, like that actually is necessary to be gone through here.
Well, that or the thing that they were saying in the episode of just it was too far away because the actual speaker wasn't up close by the device.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
And that
is much
just the fact that it is simply voice activated, I do really like that because like with the earlier times that it was used, they would say it, but I didn't know if they were saying it as the means to activate it or if it was just these are the settings that I set it to, and then as I sort of like say my anime move or whatever, right? But this way you don't actually have to get into any like in-depth understanding of the device and how it functions because you can use it without actually understanding that aspect of it. So awesome. And now Senku will have to figure out how to beat Ibara again. But I mean, I don't think a radio will help you too much here, dude. Like,
when did he beat him the first time?
Well, he outsmarted him. He did the whole thing. Ibara did his thing. He thought he won, but Senku set something up to be unpetrified.
Right.
But
I just like the way in which this was set up again long ago by the earring. meaning that the only way they would have gotten him to move in this direction to this place is because he still had the earring. The idea that it's picking up this kind of radio wave signal constantly, it can't be on or off. It's not a battery operated thing. And he would never take it off because it's a useful thing at some point that it could come back.
Because clearly this is never going to be problematic for me that I'm wearing it. It's only a positive.
Well, in some ways it was here. Like the fact that he found out that by the nature of this thing going off, I know that there's probably at least one person still unpetrified right now.
That is a good point, because theoretically, if he thinks that he's the only one that's unpetrified, he's not going to be like, he's not going to search the whole island to confirm, right? So you could totally have gotten a situation maybe where Senku, like, you know, unpetrifies himself with however he did it, and then is just like, all right, I'm going to sneak away and then, like, you know, revive a couple more people and then, you know, do something like that. But
what I think he might have also been worried about is that there's something that happened that someone like shielded themselves from the petrification because of their sorcery being beyond his understanding. So he goes, okay, shit, there's at least one person that's out there, so I'm going to follow them. And I still have this device and I know how to use it, and I can use it probably within 1 second, 10 meters, throw it, boom, you know, it works like that.
Yeah.
But Senku has the high ground. He has, you know, the element of surprise. He knows where he's going to go.
And Ibara doesn't want himself to get petrified.
Right.
That's
he's like terrified of that.
Right. Like even though he has been demonstrated to be competent in thinking quickly with the ways that it can be used and stuff like that, he still is like, yeah, no, I need to get Arashi to be the one to take it to the island and all that. So if Senku closes the distance, that might actually be where it gets complicated, and then Ibara has to think a bit more. And given that the whole the wagon or the tank thing is there, that potentially could have other things in there that Senku could use that Ibara wouldn't understand.
Oh, a lot, yeah. And having them being in melee is both good and bad for Ibara, because it's like, wait, so I'm physically way stronger than this kid, so I could beat him in just a grapple fest. But also, I do want to be able to use this thing as a, like, no, I will definitely win no matter what. So yeah, this might end up being a negotiation, which could be kind of fun, because I could see them setting up something where it's okay, now I have the revival fluid. You can't have a society without me, like you were saying earlier.
Right.
Like you can think that you might, you know, just get me,
be able to torture me to do it, but no, you actually can't. So
like, yeah, do you want to know who I am? Like, do you want to know what I'm about? Like,
or
there you go. We'll learn about each other.
If you tortured me to make the stuff, you haven't seen this show, but there's this show called Breaking Bad where people try and, you know, force the scientist to make something, and he just makes something else that's very helpful for taking out the captor, you know? So especially since Ibara has never seen it be made before, right?
Right.
Like, he would have no grid for actually making sure that Senku makes the right stuff.
Yeah. And while you could probably assume there'd be some level of treachery or, you know, deceit in that regard, you would still be completely in the dark.
Right.
You would still be completely in the dark as to how to make it.
Yep.
So this is a fun battle where, in some ways, the knowledge that they both hold is what will keep them from, one, killing each other, but two, from being able to beat each other.
Right.
Because Ibara probably has some good info about not only the history of this island, but the history of this device and why it's here.
Yeah.
What kind of stories or, you know, things have been passed along with regards to this device.
Yeah.
Why it's here and not with the colony in Japan, for one. Like why is this here, you know, and not over there? They know about the 100 Tales, which was told by, you know, set up by Byakuya.
Well, right.
Senku's father.
That's the thing that very much needs to be gotten into, because given that this device could be the one that actually petrified the whole world, and we know that the astronauts went down to the location of where it started because they were you know, off the planet. They were able to tell where that was. We didn't actually see them like finding it or anything.
No, because remember there was a group of a couple of them that split off from Byakuya's group, and we never saw them again.
Right,
and that's
what
potential.
became the Japanese group.
Well, yes.
Japan group.
Yeah. Most likely, yes. But we also didn't get full, total confirmation as to their trajectory of how they got eventually to Japan.
Sure.
It would make sense that there would be some meandering along the way. And that could have been the group that ended up finding the device, and then they have a schism, and that group then splits off with another group that eventually goes to Japan. But yes, we're dealing with 5,000 years, so, you know.
Well, and maybe this isn't as, like, it's not necessarily as relevant to the episode itself, but I thought it was that the Ibara's group is the original group, and that's why they're at the location of where the astronauts landed and formed their original civilization. Okay. And then, which would also explain why they would have the device, because the astronauts landed in the general location of where the burst emanated from.
No, the burst emanated closer to South America.
Isn't that where they are now?
No, they're right next to Japan. We just had a global view of where the thing went off, and they're like 500 miles at most from Japan right now.
Oh.
Yeah, we just had a global view of the whole thing go off, and they're really close to Japan. Like you want to see it? It's right here. Look.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not. They're not even close to South America. They're barely they're barely anywhere close to that. So
that's very strange.
Why?
Oh no, I thought that the entire time I thought that's where we were.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is something where them being here, they did not have their instruments and equipment and everything like that to be able to land perfectly when they're crashing in some ways back to Earth, the astronauts. So they did their best so that they could, but they're not.
Okay.
They're not anywhere close to where the actual original blast went off.
But given that the actual fighters have been petrified, and that Ibara can't just kill Senku, I'm very excited to see the way in which this fight is resolved.
Yeah. I would love to see a knowledge negotiation conversation fight. I think that it would be something where they would both have the standoff of, if I come to you, that turns things into a physical fight, but you lose the advantage of having the device. If you throw the device at me, you run the risk of missing and or me getting the device after it detonates in a radius that's not not actually going to hit me in that. And then I get all the power back. So you won't throw the device, but you'll use it if I try to approach you.
And you also can't do the Orashi kind of thing of overpower me, force me to swallow it, have it petrify me, then break me open to get it, because I'm the person who knows how to make the revival
Exactly.
fluid. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're in a weird stalemate here where Senku has to keep a couple things in that tandem, probably by his own logic and convincing elements of intelligence. And if he can do that, then Ibara will start cooking, okay, how's the way that I can play within this? And Senku will get him to be, in some ways, distracted, because he'll be thinking about, how are the ways I can screw over this guy, while also trying to think about this negotiation mind battle that they'll have.
What I would actually love to see is that maybe this is the way that Senku could have... okay. This could be how Senku defeats Ibara, and the reason why Ibara wouldn't suspect it, because Ibara is the person who doubts other people, who uses other people.
Right.
Senku has his friends.
Yeah.
So what if Senku just, in the time of setting up this whole trap thing, also petrified somebody else that's farther away.
Petrified?
Or unpetrified somebody
right.
else, and they have a vial of the revival fluid. He comes in, Ibara thinks it's the stalemate, and then he just petrifies them both. Yep. Senku just gets close enough to be 50 meters, 1 second. And he's like, wait, what?
Right, that's true. We haven't figured out the pose. There's a reason why their pose is such. What I think it could be, and this could be a fun thing where you're right, is that if they're doing a pose that angles their arms in a specific way, that the revival fluid runs like a trail of liquid gravity-wise from the top going down, you could have a timed release for it to affect all of them slowly but surely.
Right. And yet they didn't have linked hands, which was
Well, that's the part where
That's what I thought it was going to be.
That's why I'm not thinking like that's like necessarily going to be it. That was just like what I came up with off the cuff.
No, right. But like that was, yeah, one hand raised, one hand forward. Oh wait. Oh, maybe they're signaling something because a fist, two fingers pointed up. Like, could this be like a sign language thing or?
Oh, this was a visual. Oh, this is just a connection of the thing that was also in this episode that's really cool, was the way in which they kind of made the Hyoga Maz interactions actually entertaining again.
Yeah.
Was that they shared the whole concept of training and passing knowledge down the generations. Right. This is what that is. Right. This is some kind of knowledge being passed down visually. Because if you see the person in front of you take the pose and you go, do what I'm doing, pass it down, it then goes all the way back down to Senku, who is the slowest of everybody, and thus he's at the back, so he received the knowledge that they all got
nice.
From this point there. And what I think it is it's the, this is the amount of time that it would take from the hand to be
to get a read on the speed.
Yeah, to get the read on the speed, so that Senku then knows, okay, in this battle with Ibara, I now know the explosion radius is
speed.
Yeah,
sure. No, that's what they're doing. Maybe they're counting, but because Ryusui is the way he is, he does it like this. His 2 is this. So Chrome's like, all right, 0, and then he's like 1, 2, and then gets petrified, and then we get to Gen and it's 5. Right. And so it took 5 seconds to get from Chrome to Gen.
Yes.
And so now you have the rate at which it expands. Although, realistically, no way it's 5 seconds because then you'd just be able to outrun it, at least for a decent amount of time.
Well, that's the problem, is that you probably can't outrun it forever. So they decided, rather than try to outrun it forever, without knowing how far it's going to go.
Right, we're going to give Senku information.
We're going to give Senku information, right, because he has the revival fluid. Yeah. I think we got it. I think that's it for sure.
But I really did like the fact that they went to Yoga's got training, he's got the passing of knowledge and all that stuff. That was very Dr. Stone. I really appreciated that.
I really appreciate that
no,
too.
No, Maz, you can't just be like, I'm super strong and a genius and all.
And it's like, cool. So who taught you? Not a genius? Okay, cool. So you have limits.
Self-taught, right? Like, all right, nice.
Yeah.
You're still a big fish in a very small pond,
Or you've only fought against people with other spears. What are you going to do when you have to adapt?
Right.
Where's that genius going to help you now?
And I love the conclusion to it, which feels like a very like practical and realistic way that you could get a power of friendship of a sort.
For the antagonist.
The antagonist that doesn't have any motivation normally to do that, to be peaceful, is he realizes that he's not the best. He can't do everything by himself.
He let go of his ego, finally.
He let go of his ego. He needs community. And even though he might be a totally, despicable person or whatever, as long as Hyoga's around and he's like, no, I can actually teach you some shit, and and the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know.
Yes.
Like that.
That's the beginning of wisdom.
That's the beginning of wisdom, right?
That's something where then could temper the rest of his personality.
Yeah, exactly.
And as far as a way to then resolve what was not a very interesting fight, and as far as we had to go, and in fact also had an arbitrary reset to the fight in the beginning of this episode.
Even though he was knocked, at the very least, on the ground and was disarmed.
And then Maz, I guess, just again waited for him to get up,
and we don't even get to see that. Like, that was a bit confusing.
That's a bit. Come on, Dr. Stone, you're better than this. So now we get a satisfying end to it in a way that we could also have they probably won't unpetrify us. But if I do, it's a really cool way to have a character have their final words potentially, so it means a lot character-wise for Maz to go, in my final moments, I'll show you who I really am. I realized I don't know what I really know. So I'm willing to accept that, yes, if I get a second chance at life, I'll devote myself to your teachings. And it's like, okay, cool, have a little bro fist.
Yep.
That's good shit. And then, yes, then our crew will then be like, so
do we, like...
There's both still alive looking here. So
Tell you what, we'll wait 20 years.
Yeah, we'll get to the end of our journey here, and then we'll let you guys have your little bromance, and
exactly
that'll be wonderful. Yeah. But yeah, next episode, Ibarra versus Senku. Here for
Let's get it.
And y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.